Welcome to another episode. Today we will see about poverty. The question is who thinks poverty is moral, natural, or normal? I'll repeat. Who thinks poverty is moral, natural, or normal? So people generally, especially in India, think poverty is associated with spiritualness. If you are poor, then you are spiritual. And if you cultivate poverty, then you are much more spiritual. People worship you. So, but cultivated poverty is masochist. Masochist. But if it is natural, then we have means to eradicate it. If it is artificial, then it is adi. If it is natural, then you have means of eradicating it. But none of us are willing to do that because all of us want to plunder more and more. If you are living a simple life, not cultivated but naturally, then it is a joy. If it is a natural poverty, you are not cultivating it, then it is a joy. First we will see from talks, J. Krishnamurthy's talks in India in 1965. There is a question of poverty. This is appalling, destructive, degrading. Poverty in this world which we are all familiar. It's a fact. Now most of the people in this world are poor. The filthy rich are only 2% in the world. Maybe the middle class will be 10 to 15% max. Rest of them are poor, very poor. And most of them are without 3 times of food or basic amenities. So that is a fact. And we deal the fact through opinions, through political parties, as a communist would deal with it, or a socialist, or a congressman, or this or that. We are not concerned with poverty. We are concerned with how to deal with it, how to go about in terms of our prejudice, our inclinations, our political bias. After all, poverty can only be solved on the world basis, not as a nationalist. So to remove this, one has to be a non-nationalist, not committed to any party, because then you are concerned with the method of solving it, and therefore the methods opposed to yours and opposed to yours, and so on and on. There will be so many things, different opinions. In the meantime, you will be fighting over it. In the meantime, the poverty will go on. So what is necessary is to see the fact, not in the terms of your prejudice, of your nationality, of your religion, of your particular upbringing. And when you look at the fact, instead of these, looking through these prejudices in terms of religion, opinion, political party, or materialistic view, if you look at the fact actually, then you will find that it can be solved. There is love, not intellectual formula of there is compassion, not a formula of how to solve the problem. So we have to deal with poverty not only externally but also inwardly. External poverty is there because inwardly we are all poor. Probably there would be no poverty in the world if all the nations got together and said we must solve this problem. They could. People are intelligent, they have the technology, they have the resources, but nobody is willing to do that. Because nationalities divide them, communities divide them, religious beliefs divide them. So the whole world is opposed to the kind of action that puts aside all the nationalities, beliefs, religions, and really helps by working all together to solve this problem of external poverty. Nobody will do this. We have talked to politicians, to hire people, but they are not interested. So begin with ourselves. We should begin with ourselves. Next we will see from Osho Kyozen, the true man of Zen. So this is said by Kyozen. Last year my poverty was not real poverty. This year my poverty is real thing. Last year there was no place for the owls to be stuck. This year I have not even an owl. So owl is an instrument made of bamboo, but very pointed for marking the surfaces, piercing the leather. It is an instrument. So Kyozen says, last year I had no place to keep this instrument, awl, and this year I do not have an awl itself, instrument itself. So this is real poverty. So what is false poverty and real poverty? Last year he says, my poverty was not real because he had an instrument. I was only pretending to be nobody. But I know who I was. In fact, I was enriching my ego by the idea that I was nobody, that I was a humble, simple person. This year my poverty is a real thing. This year I am not proclaiming my ego or my egoistic attitude. This year I don't know what is humbleness. This year I don't know what is egolessness. This year I have really become poor. But in the world of Zen, this poverty, the real poverty, which is not concerned with your possessions, with your money, with your acquirements in the world, the real poverty means the ego has shattered. Ambition has left you. So what is the real poverty? It is not about money. It is not about the house, properties. Real poverty means your ego has shattered. Ambition has left you. Even if you meet God, you will not have anything to ask Him. Such deep poverty is really great richness. When a man can meet God himself, this is just for argument's sake. There is no God. Don't start searching for it. You will not find Him. But just for the argument's sake, if you meet God, do you have some ambition to be fulfilled? Desire to be completed? If you don't have anything to beg for, in poverty, you become the richest man in history. So in case you meet God and you don't have any ambition, you have no desires, you have nothing to ask Him, that is the real power, inwardly. You don't have to depend on anything. Now this richness, this poverty cannot be taken away from you. Nobody can take it away from you. Falling in love with darkness, Osho. From that we will see some few lines. One day even a rich person has to adapt poverty. But this is like getting off the train at the Hardwar station. If the person never experiences wealth, he can never accept poverty willingly. And until the poverty is voluntary, it does not become a joy. I was telling you the story of Diogenes earlier. In that context, even poverty is a joy. He was not an ordinary poor man. He was not a really poor man. His poverty was chosen. It was bliss. He was not helplessly poor. The pleasure someone is forced to be helplessly poor derived from his poverty. But someone who becomes poor willingly has a different kind of joy. That is why I am in favor of society become richer and richer, so that everybody has the opportunity to become poor if he wants. The society should grow richer. The society should be so rich that everybody can have the pleasure of voluntary poverty. Everybody has the possibility of becoming a poor wandering mystic. But in a place where all poverty to be judged, try to understand rightly what I am saying. I don't support poverty. The poverty you see all around, I am its enemy. It should be erased. Even to allow it to exist for a moment is dangerous. It should be burned down. It should not be spurred. I do support another kind of poverty that is available only to those who adapt it to voluntarily. And when does someone accept poverty? It happens when everything becomes futile through experiencing it. Then It happens. When someone has experienced wealth, wealth becomes useless. When someone has experienced fame, fame becomes useless. Whatever is experienced becomes futile. You go beyond it. So you cannot ask a poor man to be, adapt to poverty. He is already poor. What is there to adapt? He has not seen anything in life. He has seen only hunger, no properties, nothing, no clothes. He did not have a decent living. So if you ask him to be poor, he will say, I am already poor. But I don't know the richness. I want to experience the richness. So once you experience everything, once you have everything, if you live voluntarily, if you are fed up with it, you have already experienced the richness, comfort, then you live it. Then you go beyond poverty, voluntarily, not cultivated, but you have seen it. You have seen it as futile. The basic requirements are fulfilled. More than that, it is futile. So that is a totally different thing. To tell to a poor man to live in poverty is ridiculous. He does not even have basic needs. But you have enough, you have seen everything, you are mature enough, then you see the futility of richness. So whatever beyond your basic needs are futile, useless. When you understand that, when you have seen that, then you have no ambitions, nothing to desire for. That is real thing. So with this we will end this episode. Stay with me for another episode. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Thank you.